Salutare prieteni și bine v-am găsit la un episod de Witcher 3 Blood and Wine. După 2 săptămâni revenim aici cu acest joc minunat și continuăm cu misiunile secundare, să vedem ce mai avem noi de făcut. Aici așa, o grămadă, o grămadă. De fapt n-au mai rămas chiar atât de multe, mai sunt 2, 4, 5 misiuni, ceea ce e bine. Și hai să mergem să investigăm insula de lac de lavi. Ia să vedem, tate. Ce se întâmplă acolo și suntem foarte aproape, ceea ce e bine. Profităm că astăzi e duminică și mâine e de nou sărbătoare. Avem 2 zile în care trebuie să filmăm din greu. Poate terminăm și noi Witcher-ul. Nu prea mai avem timp, că știți foarte bine cei care mă urmăresc. Am început cu răsadurile și mi-a dat o grămadă de bătăi de cap. Nu mă așteptam să fie chiar atât de complication. Au fost și friguri și probleme și peste probleme și încă o să fie. Dar vom trece de toate. Să sperăm că bine. Cât de trecut trecem. Pe aici ar trebui să investigăm. Mai să băgăm și noi o cărniță. O șunculiță de porcușor. Mi-aduc aminte de misiunea asta. Asta e misiune destul de interesantă și are legătură cumva cu un personaj de Witcher 1, dacă mi-aduc bine aminte. Hai să vedem. Da, calcăm, putem să mergem pe apă. Deci e o vrajă. Făcută de către hermit, cred. Wrong. Why wrong? Hai să vorbim.
Hey, happen to know how the hell I can walk on that water?
Ia uite cum călcăm pe apă. Deci că e o oglindă.
Since time immemorial have I dwelt in solitude on this shore, and I can testify to the extraordinary nature of the lake.
What's so extraordinary about it? I mean, besides the fact that you can walk on its surface.
A sword, most wondrous, lies in its
Este vorba despre o sabie care este în apă acolo. Și el o veghează. Acest lac este cu puteri magice.
Folk call me a lot of things, but virtuous? I don't know.
Ce lăboai mare are. Ia uitați-vă și voi. 44.
For I know who you are.
Știi cine suntem.
You have proven yourself capable of great sympathy. You are a man of honor, as many can attest. Your valor is the stuff of legends. Reason guides your actions, as it does those of all who are wise. To acquire the sword, you must first convince me you are worthy. The inscriptions on the stones describe the 5 virtues: valor, honor, wisdom, sympathy, and generosity. During your time in Toussaint, you can prove these virtues dwell in your heart. In this world there are many in need. They will help you prove your chivalry.
Read the inscription on the stone. Hai să citim inscripțiile de pe această piatră prima dată. Wait for a change to prove your... Ok, și trebuie să așteptăm o șansă să ne dovedim, nu știu cum să zic, să-i dovedim că suntem capabili oarecum. Ia să vedem. Bear witness to a man through nature. Ok, bla bla bla. Ok, dar nu e asta pe care trebuie să o citim. Sunt mai multe, cred că trebuie să le citim pe toate. In peace in death. Da, uite aici zice că onoarea nu poate fi vândută. Și bineînțeles că nu Trebuie să fim de partea adevărului, să nu fim mincinoși și așa mai departe. Trebuie să fim loiali. Oarecum. Și cred că asta e ultima. Și acum ar trebui să așteptăm, nu? Da, aici ar trebui să așteptăm sau? Încă trebuie să dovedim pe parcurs, deci trebuie să îndeplinim alte misiuni, mai mult ca sigur, ca să venim aici. Și misiunea asta înseamnă că cu alta, probabil. Și nu se știe care o fi. Asta nu goto corvo bianco. Aia, le luăm așa pe rând. Vom reveni la această misiune. Probabil trebuie să completăm din main quest, dacă nu mă înșel. Ca să putem face. Nu știu cum se zic în română, am un lapsus. Dar trebuie să ne dovedim că suntem capabili, să zicem așa. Hai să vorbim cu Majardano, sau cum ai zice ăsta? Majardamo, se Majardam. Alo Carvo Bianco.
Served with distinction at the Nibli family manor and in Nazaire with Admiral Rompali, who, as you are certain to know, is an extraordinary, demanding gentleman.
Whoa, Barnabas Basil. One thing you ought to know. I'm not your typical landed gentleman. Truth be told, this is the first real property I've ever owned.
Oh, in that case, you must leave it all to me. I shall organize, see to everything, and whip the house into order. I dare say this place will soon be the most prosperous vineyard around.
Great. Can already see I'm in good hands.
Spune mai mult despre acest loc.
Vineyard comes across as a place with a rich history. Know who owned it before me?
Baron Rossel, who went bankrupt, forcing him to sell the estate to the Duchess. The Baron, in turn, had purchased it from Monsieur Bolius of the Headsman, a truly colorful man of Ketweni origin.
He was actually a headsman?
No, not him, but his great-great-great-great-grandfather. Indeed. Apparently, he was a common cutpurse who somehow secured for himself the post of ducal headsman in Beauclair. Went about his work with an exceptional penchant. They say he chopped off more heads than there are grapevines in the ducal vineyards. He never hesitated, not once. Never sliced unevenly, never botched a job. For his exemplary service, the Duke granted him a title and this estate. Monsieur Bolius, on the other hand, was an engineer in his younger years. Once retired, he settled here and took to producing wine. Sadly, misfortune struck and he lost his sense first of smell, then of taste. Additionally, he could not drink alcohol. His medic forbade it.
Shame that. He gave up making wine?
Not at all. He made even more of it. Began throwing wild balls to which he'd invite friends from far and wide in order to treat them to his wine and delight in the fact that at least someone could enjoy it. It's the sort of man he was, Monsieur Bolius.
Monsieur Bolius.
Mind giving me a little tour de Corvo Bianco?
Not in the least. Follow me, please. I think it would be practical to begin on the hill.
Ok.
Behold, sir, your estate in all its splendor.
Wow.
Pretty vast.
Ce bine arată.
Indeed. And now, sir, allow me to show you a handful of interesting details.
Ok, și o să ne arate niște detalii interesante despre acest imobiliar.
Yes, I come from a long line of majordomos.
Acest sătuc.
My father
Mai bine
was
zis.
a majordomo, as was my grandfather before him, as was my great aunt. In fact, she was the one to start the tradition.
Great aunt?
A hard woman. It is said that already as a child, she knew where she was going and went there. When she arrived in Beauclair, she signed on as a chambermaid at one of the vineyards, then slowly worked her way up to majordomo. she dragged the rest of the family up the same path.
Avem și găinuși și domnul Cocoșaleu.
With the Duchess's permission, I have hired a full staff. Their salaries to be paid from the ducal treasury.
Nice of her.
Not the most sightly part of the estate, I admit. But I think it's worthwhile for you as master of the domain to know where the help stays. Baron Rossel ordered the vines in this part of the estate uprooted and olive groves planted in their place. They look beautiful, especially come spring.
Don't look at all bad now either.
Trebuie să dăm o meditare să vadă mai frumos pe timp de zi. Aceste plante miraculoase. Nu pot să dau o meditare, oare? A, uite că merge. Așa, toate. Ia uite ce frumos se vede acum. Magardamos.
Down below lies your vineyard, where we grow a strain of Carfanere, one of the world's oldest. Aged in oak barrels, it provides for an exquisite
Blackberry.
wine with distinct
Trebuie să plantez și niște
blackberry,
blackberry.
plum and cinnamon notes. Marvelous.
Have to try it one of these days. Nice well. Picturesque.
Yes, though it ran dry long ago. During the raucous feasts Master Bolius held, he would order it filled with wine. There's a tale about a guest attending a Bolius ball for the first time and thus unaware of the custom. He had suffered great heartbreak and had decided to end his life by jumping into the well. The festivities were coming to a close, and the well was nearly empty when the suicidal guest finally jumped. Instead of killing himself, he merely broke his legs. To numb the pain, he drank the wine.
Drank himself to death.
De durere a băut.
At all. When found the next day, he had concluded he'd witnessed twin miracles. The water had been changed into wine, and
Aș vrea și eu asta. Ca apa să se transforme în vin.
to a monastery in the Dragon
And
Mountains
she had
and began preaching the wisdoms of Lebioda.
Interesantă istoria. Ce avem aici? Profetul Lebioda, King of the Universe.
Monsieur Bolius' wife Nina kept a garden here.
Nina ține grădina de aici,
Lovely.
care arată destul de bine. Ar trebui și mie așa ceva.
I agree. Yet nothing stands in the way of restoring it to its former glory, and once again planting it with herbs and other vegetation.
Și acum o luăm înapoi prin sătuc pe partea cealaltă. Și cred că ne întoarcem unde am venit.
Madame Nina planted diminutive, delicate flowers and herbs here. One might say their aroma still hangs in the air.
You're quite the romantic, Barnabas Basil.
Frumoase flori.
Women and chops. The more you beat them, the better they are.
I've a daughter, you know. She's fit to wed. Oh, so fit.
And what do you get for all that work? A crook in your back.
A, bă, cât mai mărc. Nu mi-a mai zis nimica.
As an additional wine cellar.
Spune și mie aici o poveste, că adormim aici.
Bit of work and it'll make a fine stable for Roach.
Da, asta mi este un pic mai plictisitoare, așa ne explică ăsta. Mă prostie care nu ne interesează pe noi așa mult, zic eu. Da, da.
The cellars, voila. During
Aici, aici am-
Bolis's time,
vreau să ajung eu.
kept here, but Baron Rossel used it to store olive oil as well. I took the liberty of cleaning up the mess, which
I made while fighting the Bruxa. Thanks, Barnabas Basil. Appreciate it.
Că noi am luptat aici cu Bruxa, cu acea creatură, la început. Nu știu dacă e aceeași pivniță, dar parcă aceeași.
As you can see, the facade is, how to put it, slightly stained. But one cannot deny it a certain subtle southern charm.
True, though it could use a bit of subtle paint.
Ce privire mi-aruncă. Domnul Maggior Donos.
And welcome inside.
Welcome inside, my brother.
Left is the master bedroom. On the right, the dining hall and kitchen. Upstairs,
Vine și bucătărie, vine și dormitor.
currently used for storage.
Not a bad idea.
At the moment, the house
De
is only
toate.
minimally furnished. Yet I believe we will together devise some innovative arrangements. A few paintings, for instance, would breathe new life into the abode immediately. With that, sir, you've seen the full lay of the land. Corpo Bianco is a beautiful.
Și Corpo Bianco se numește acest imobiliar. Este un frumos imobiliar.
If forgive me for being forward, but if you were to choose to invest a small sum towards its beautification, consider me at your service on the matter.
Think I'll take
Ok,
you up on that.
să fiu aici.
Be sure to come and
Când o să am
see me if I
nevoie.
decide to do any remodeling.
Așa, ce putem să dăm și renovări, bă. Ia vezi totul bine cu prețul nostru, cred.
Decidedly, sir. The question is where you would like to begin this rejuvenation.
Been thinking about the outer walls. Maybe a fresh coat of paint or some patching.
If I might dare to make a suggestion, why not start with a general renovation? I once oversaw such work at Admiral Rompelli's summer residence. The effects were simply breathtaking. Not only did the residence positively sparkle afterwards, but we also made room to display the Admiral's armor and weapons, of which he was a passionate collector.
Mamă, și vrea 5.000.
I understand.
Dar nu prea avem bani. Ia. A, uite că am 16.000. Deci aș putea să-i dau.
How might
Hai să băgăm și un wind.
Sounds interesting.
not at all, sir, but only in action.
Hai să-i dăm.
Do you wish to play?
Skelliga.
Skellige seems most appropriate for you.
As you wish. Would you prefer I use my strongest deck or a weaker one?
Strong.
Feeling lucky today. Use your strongest.
At your service, sir. Well then, let us play.
O să fii tu cât de puternic ai fi, că n-ai cum să mă bați toate.
Congratulate you on your victory. Shall we continue playing?
Maybe later.
As you wish, sir.
Starting to
As you.
Așa, hai să dăm din nou aici. 5.000 era.
It's in your hands then. Make the place shine.
I shall get to work immediately. Within a day's passing, I shall have sent for the crew which rebuffed the Admiral's residence. They are the finest specialists around. Highly skilled at what they do, it shall not take them too long, I wager. 2 days after they begin, your eyes will behold your residence in its refurbished, rejuvenated.
Asta e o misiune care nu prea e indicată de făcut pentru că te costă mult rău să o faci.
Anything else you require, sir?
Got these spacious grounds. But maybe it's time to make them more useful.
Oh, yes, we certainly should. The way I see things, given your trade, sir, you would be wise to put in a grindstone and an armorer's table. A good way to start things off, don't you think?
My armor needs work from time to time. You know, oil this, reinforce that.
Ne gândim și la noi un pic.
Work table where I could do all that.
Admiral Rompelli once hired a specialist who made the finest armorer's tables this side of the Yaruga. I will contact him at once.
Mamă mie, unde?
Good. Order me up a table like that.
Immediately, sir. I expect it will take at most 1 day to arrive. Will you be needing anything else, sir?
Grani sunt ușoare, ok, și avem nevoie și de o piatră de aia de ascuțit săbii.
In my trade, my blades get dull pretty quick.
Ne gândim din nou la noi.
Grindstone, professional grade.
Of course. No one would consider that an unnecessary extravagance, I would wager.
1000 de nou.
Then send out for
Cu
one
5000, 7000 până acum.
Of course. I shall send a runner to town at once. I believe you shall be grinding to your heart's content by tomorrow.
Tomorrow, ok.
Will you be needing anything else, sir?
Later, așa.
Know what? Changed my mind. Not in the mood to talk about redecoration today. But I wanted to ask you something else.
I shall be glad to answer your every question, sir.
Starting to really like.
I agree.
Gata, asta a fost.
Starting to really.
I agree. Yet I would urge you to hold off on further construction until the ongoing work is done. Juggling can be a challenging art.
Momentan e gata. Vedem mai târziu.
Maybe. Thanks.
Știți, să așteptăm câteva zile. Aici suntem o meditare. Bine, o zi. La unele. Îi dăm 2 zile să fie acolo. Ah, 3 zile acolo. Mai trebuie să mai medităm o zi. Ca mai... Ia uite frumos aici, pătuc. Ca la carte.
Renovations coming along all right, Barnabas Basil?
Superbly, sir. General refurbishment has been completed. And I took the liberty of adding 2 racks, each upon which you might hang weapons and armor, if you've some pieces you'd like to display. Likewise, I have prepared a few spots in which new paintings might be hung. In other news, the laborers dusting out the cellar have made a most unusual discovery. I believe it's something you'll wish to see.
If you say I should see it, I'll go see it right now, BB.
Ok, hai să ne uităm în pivniță.
Strange. Something behind this wall, I think.
Ce asta ascunde în spatele peretului? Opa! Ce e asta?
A laboratory. Must have been an alchemist at one time.
A fost un alchimist aici odată. O scrisoare. Julius Bangev era alchimistul. Și asta se folosea pentru a face alcool, uitați-vă și voi. Super.
BB, know anything about the laboratory in the cellar? One of the previous owners take an interest in alchemy?
A laboratory? Alchemy? I know nothing of it.
Nu știe nimica.
But I understand that to a witcher this must be a very intriguing find.
It is. It was walled up. Equipment's pretty ancient too, so it must have belonged to someone who lived at Corvo Bianco before you started working here. Whoever it was sure knew their stuff, though. Got dragon glass vials and flasks, stills, sublimators, vangerometers.
Forgive me, sir, but I fear I don't follow.
Just saying, it's top-notch equipment. True masterpieces of craftsmanship for use in alchemy. Brewing a concoction with this stuff versus doing it over an open fire? Well, there's no comparison.
Then I am all the more delighted you discovered it, sir.
Starting to really like this place. Maybe we should keep going, refurbish some more. What do you think, BB?
As you wish, sir.
Trebuie să mă rup pe ăsta la bănet.
For the grounds this time.
Feels like by investing a bit of coin, I could make the house more functional.
Indeed, momentum is best maintained once established. Now that we've finished the general renovations, you might begin to consider such things as a new bed, or additional armor stands, or weapon racks. Also, some new furnishings and a fresh coat of paint on the walls would do much to improve the guest quarters.
Mamă. Și mai avem la alegeri. Better bed. Another weapon griji. I need more armor stainless. See the west room. Let's talk about something. Un pat bun. Nu, ăsta cred că e cel mai bine.
Use another weapon rack. Got some interesting pieces I'd like to display.
I know of a carpentry shop in town which crafts the humblest lumber into true masterpieces. You need but give the word.
Fine. Order the racks.
Of course, at once. At most 1 day for them to arrive is my estimation. Is there anything else you require, sir?
Bineînțeles, hai să vedem. Hai să le luăm pe toate, că văd că putem, cred că e la alegeri, putem să le facem pe toate.
Always wanted one.
Hai și pe un pat.
In your
Mai bun.
profession, rest is supremely important.
Da, normal.
Say the word, and I shall order you a bed from the carpenter.
De la șmecher, pentru mine și pentru Tris, în final, 1000, au.
Great. Order me a fine bed, please. Think I deserve one at my age.
Cred că merită asta la vârsta mea, au zis Geralt.
Runner at once. The bet will
I deserve more.
this time tomorrow.
Și este gata până mâine.
Anything else?
Mai este ceva?
Sir?
Bineînțeles. Armor stand.
Along the path, I've often picked up well-crafted, beautiful.
Dacă și săbii trebuie și armură.
Some of those pieces would look great on display here.
I agree. It would lend the place a certain witch's air. Shall I order new stands at once, sir?
500.
Yes. Just please make sure they're solidly made and nicely finished.
It goes without saying, sir. There is nothing worse than splendid armor upon a subpar stand. By this time tomorrow, they shall be ready to display your finest finds. Is there anything else?
Was wondering about the guest room. Not that I'm expecting company, but
Oh, but that is immaterial. All self-respecting homes should boast a comfortable guest room. What if someone were to drop by unannounced?
yeah, sooner we start on that the better.
I can tell a man of action immediately. I'll see to it myself. The room shall be ready in 2 days, in my opinion. Is
2
there
days.
anything else?
Starting to get into this whole renovating thing. There must be other things we can improve.
What a splendidly wise idea. Now that the general refurbishment is done, why not see to the grounds? Perhaps renovate the stables, or return Madame Bolis's garden to its former verdancy?
You know Roach, my horse?
Oh, da, ne-am gândit și la căluțul nostru.
And since I finally got a decent place to stay, I think she deserves one too.
Exact. Și el merită un loc foarte bun.
To a most honorable owner. Just say the word, and I'll have them start working on it at once.
Bun, mamă, 2000.
My Roach deserves the best.
Aici o să venim cu Tris,
Stables.
cred, la final.
At once.
Da.
Yet finding
Cred.
workmen and completing
Vedem.
construction takes time.
Data trecută eram cu Ian, acum ar trebui cu Tris, pentru că pe ea am ales-o.
Will you be needing anything else?
Hai să vedem dacă mai am bani, bă, băiete, bă. Oh, plante în grădine.
Sometimes I have to brew a potion.
Exact.
I can't find the herbs I need growing anywhere nearby.
E bună asta.
Well, you're in luck, sir. The flower garden, once kept by Madame Nina, Monsieur Bolis's wife, seems the ideal place to cultivate herbs. In fact, it's roomy enough to plant shrubbery.
2000.
Good idea, Barnabas Basil. Herbs there will save me hours
Cred că am rămas fără.
searching and harvesting.
The idea is yours, sir. I am but the humble executor of your will. I believe we shall have sown the first seeds in 2
2
days.
days de ani.
Will you be needing anything else, sir?
Nu mai.
That's all for now, BB. Thanks.
Pentru moment e gata. Hai să medităm 2 zile. Câți bani mai am? 2000. Holy fuck, dacă mai vrea și altele. Data trecută știu că am făcut puțin, adică nu le-am luat pe toate și nu cred că e neapărat să le luați pe toate. Câte una din fiecare am impresia ca să faceți misiunea. Trebuie să mai medităm o zi.
Coming along all right.
Wonderfully. The furnishings you last had me order have arrived.
Thank.
Level 44. Terminăm cu 50, cred.
Renovations coming along all right.
I am delighted to inform you we have completed our labors. You can now devote yourself to enjoying the vineyard's delights to the fullest. You must forgive me my temerity, sir, but I thought, with all the work on Corvo Bianco completed, and with the estate looking more...
Toată munca asta pe care am făcut-o arată mai frumos ca niciodată, zice că. Ah, sigur. Vrea și o celebrare. Bineînțeles că da.
During the tidying that preceded the renovations, I came across a bottle of Sapramento, the 1250 vintage. I cannot say by what miracle it survived, but it is here, and we've cause to open it today. And then he ran straight into the crowd, burning bouquet in hand.
La ore mai târziu.
A part of the performance, so they only laughed.
Oh, celebrare frumoasă, în doi.
It was not until the flames engulfed Baron Mahevkin's beard.
Am 30 minute am vorbit cu ăsta. Holy fuck.
Went to put out the fires.
Sounds like Monsieur Bolius and Madame Nina threw some first-rate balls here.
It was, in this regard, Baron Rossel was decidedly more reserved.
So tell me, Barnabas Basil, what's the wine situation like here? Am I going to produce any this year?
This year is out, I fear, sir. Last autumn, a fungus destroyed all the vines. Baron Rossel had new ones planted, but it will be some time before they start bearing fruit. Assuming that is, the fungus does not reappear.
That'd be bad. This Sapramento got me dreaming. It's amazing.
Isn't it, though? Allow me to top you off, sir. There.
Thanks.
Ah, ce peisaj frumos. Și aici se termină povestea. Super. Măcar luăm și noi experiență, că luăm 160 de experiență, nu, really? Holy fuck. Misiune foarte lungă și costisitoare. Ne-a nenorocit la buzunar. Dar ce să facem? Ia. Să arunc o privire pe aici. Ia aveți toate. Inchange Griffin Armor. Frumos. Aia. Dacă vreau să selectez pe asta, pac. Ia uite. Am pus-o aici, aici e frumosă. Ce mișto. Deci când o să vin aici la final o să-mi pun tot setul. Și aici pot să-mi pun o sabie. Felin Silver Sword. Uite ce frumos. Ce mișto. Bun. Iris. Asta e o sabie prea bună. Punem una așa mai blegăjană. Păi și pat. Ia vezi, tate. Ăla din Herzostone. Olgerd. Super interesant. A, că le pot pune eu. A, ca să le aveam... Aha. Mai fain e asta, cred că... Cu Olgerd. Vreau să l-am așa ca amintire. Ce aș mai putea să pun pe aici? Cred că nimic. Cred că cam aia a fost. Uite, mai pot să pun aici unul. De aici nu mai pot să pun nimic. Griffin Armor. I-am vândut pe toate, nici nu mai am armuri. Mai am pe asta o râtă. Gata, nu mai am nimic în inventar. Poate vine și le cumpere cineva, ar fi ceva. Bun, hai să ieșim afară de aici și să ne apucăm de misiuni, toate că am pierdut o grămadă de timp. Dăm o meditare până dimineață. La prima oră. Și trecem la treabă, tătuțul, că e nebunie. Și mergem mai departe. Asta nu putem face momentan. Visit Guilum. In the medic stand. Ok. E foarte aproape de noi. Ia că sare cross unui roach. Bă, aici l-ai pus pe roacea meu. Ia-ți-a și cura ta. Da, așa că... Nu știu cum să ajung eu acolo sus. Bine, mă duc așa aici. Mai avem timp de o misiune bună. Astăzi o să filmez mai mult, un pic. Poate terminăm și noi misiunile secundare. Ar fi ceva.
Good man, I need a fresh set of shoes for my mount. Promptly.
At your service. Witcher, I've a matter of prime urgency and import. I must speak to you.
Monster Slayer, my.
Place cum se vede așa lurul ăla și nu știu, am văzut că ori e de la vreun mod, ori nu știu. De la ce ar putea fi.
Your wound. Feeling better?
It's healing splendidly, though I am to avoid trouble for some time. To be frank, that is precisely why I wish to speak with you.
Want me to stand in for you? Take on some trouble on your behalf?
That could very well be the case. You see, there is a maiden, nay, a lady. I suspect someone's cast an ill spell upon her. A curse, perhaps.
Oh, bless him.
Let me guess. She suddenly grew cold, haughty, and distant, though the night before she was flirtatious and alluring.
Tut tut, Witcher. You jest, yet the matter is grave. Though true, the lady in question is dear to my heart. I shall not deny it. I fear she has fallen victim to ill magic, and knows no one she could turn to for help.
Blestemată? Ce te face să crezi asta?
What makes you think she might be cursed?
You must keep all I say to yourself, I beg you. I would never dare to be so indiscreet normally, yet I'm troubled about her, for her. Vivian shuns the company of others. Though the fairest maid at court, she keeps men at a distance. I thus determined I would resort to trickery.
Trickery? That even befitting of a knight?
In war, yes. And what is love if not battle? As it were, one evening I crouched in hiding outside her seamstress's home. As Vivian emerged from it, I too emerged, ever so gently but convincingly collided with her, then promptly offered to escort her home. She consented. At first, all augured well. I proposed a more scenic route. She agreed. I made kindly forays into conversation, and she even began to respond as we neared the end of our route.
Then suddenly, mid-speech, from her mouth there flew a most hideous shriek. I stopped stone cold in my tracks while she turned red, then promptly ran off. I did not give chase that time. I attempted to approach her on several ensuing occasions, to learn what had happened, for I feared she had become entangled in some trouble. I noted that often, come night, she ventures into the woods, where I've seen her walk about a glade near a pool. I've striven on occasion to follow her, but lost track each time. It seemed then she'd melted into the air.
Notice any other strange behavior, additional symptoms?
No, Vivian's avoided me wholly since the first encounter. But folk gossip.
What about?
They say she's secretive, that no one ever sees her after dusk. that she's wanted to suddenly disappear.
Nothing unusual about any of that. Sound you heard. She might have just had a sore throat.
Had I thought it possible the sound was natural, I never would have taken up your precious time.
Tell me more about Vivian. Who is she? What's her story?
She's Her Enlightened Highness's lady-in-waiting. Her mother was a lady-in-waiting, her father a knight. That is all I've learnt, for the Duchessa grows angry when asked about her. Vivian spends her days within the palace walls. Yet we are in luck, for she has been named the tourney's patroness this year. Thus, each participant will be granted an audience with her.
Got a problem then. See, I'm not a participant.
I've devised a solution already. You shall take my place
Oh,
in the lists
e
and
luăm
thus
locul.
gain the chance to speak to her. I was looking forward to winning the tourney, very much so. Yet for Vivian, I am prepared to sacrifice anything.
Pentru Vivian, nu pregătisem să sacrific totul, zice el. Spune mai multe despre acest turneu.
This tourney, how's it work exactly?
It is the year's grandest and most important contest. Knights from all corners come to face off for the grand prize, and more importantly, for glory. A demanding test of knightly prowess in horsemanship, marksmanship, and fencing. I qualified for the first time, had great hopes of winning. Yet...
Yeah, I get it. Anything for Vivian.
Hai vorbim despre reward și vedem după aia.
Job this. Not often I gotta take part in a tourney to fulfill a contract. Fee can't be anything ordinary either.
I am no magnet to command heaps of coin, but naturally I shall award you a just amount. How much do you demand?
Cât de mult se poate, mamă, de la 500 pleacă.
Agreed. That is an amount I can indeed muster.
Nice. Hai, recuperăm din ce am pierdut.
Fine, I'll look into it. Gotta admit, piqued my curiosity.
I shall be forever in your debt. Now, we must ensure you are not eliminated from the tourney before you can meet Vivian.
Meaning?
Could you show me how you shoot, ride, and fight, perchance? And you must learn the tourney rules, know how to apply them in practice. I did not mean to suggest I doubt your abilities. Everyone must train, even a witcher.
Toată lumea trebuie să se antreneze ca și un Witcher.
Contests must surely differ, require skills you don't usually apply, races above all. The choice is yours. Where shall we start?
Hai să vedem un sword fighting.
How about some sword play?
Așa de începutus.
Come with me. You will team with other knights to fight. The clash simulates a true skirmish during battle. Come the end, you shall fight a duel. It will determine your place on the podium. I always liked the duels the best, but now I can think only of my Vivian. In the end, it is good you will replace me. I sense I would simply be distracted this time. Stand at the center of the training ground. A knight will approach and challenge you.
You need not ask me twice.
Opa! Ia să vedem.
Shut up and fight.
Oh, decapitationos.
I expected you to do well, but not that well.
Wanna fight?
Could probably use some more practice. Usually fight monsters and not knights.
I will stand and fight, but be warned, I do nothing halfway.
Hai, tate, să te văd și pe tine.
Attack! Attack!
Opa! Oh! Mamă, ce bucată mi-a dat. Bro! Au mai zis nimica. Gata, și-a schimbat părerea. Bineînțeles, bineînțeles, nu se poate una ca asta să mă bat așa un mătărău.
I can fight. It's right and fitting, Witcher, that the Duchessa summoned and you
Come on, come closer.
Mamă, ce bucăți îmi dă ăsta. Stai așa că ăsta e de la bulangiu. Nu-i poți să dai counter, cred, cu sulița. Da, m-a nenorocit și ăsta. M-a nenorocit. Iar e supărat ăsta, bineînțeles, mai vreau să luptă, vreau să mă antrenez. Ăștia stari. Care? Ah.
The lust to do evil, I'll beat it out of you. Attack! Attack! The lust to do evil,
E tare ăsta, bă.
beat it out of you.
Gata. I-am dat-o la bulangeu.
Do you wish to practice fighting a moment longer?
Nu mai gata.
Think I've seen enough. Sorry to be blunt, but the simplest Witcher contract demands more skill than this kind of combat.
Where to now? If you wish to know my thoughts, were I you, I would train on the race course ahead of all else.
Let's do some riding. Roach will like that.
Excellent idea. Come with me.
Și avem un antrenament de cursă de cai.
The tourney's race differs from others you might have taken part in. You shall not ride against any opponent.
How's it a race at all, then?
It's a race against time. The true track begins in the arena, runs round the tourney grounds, then finishes again in the arena. The training track, however, lies beyond the arena. We shall go there now.
Damned bedbugs.
The gods have sent the beast as
crowd
punishment
around.
for our sins. We have
Mamă, nu știu dacă o să fie un episod super lung. Misiunea asta e cam lunguță. Da, o terminăm poate în acest episod.
All is ready. Now listen, for it can be quite a challenge. Along your route stand dummies and targets. The dummies you may cut with your blade. The targets you must hit from your crossbow. The time you
Și destul de complication, că trebuie să dăm și cu crossbow.
each time you land a strike, be it with blade or bolt. It may sound simple enough, yet I've seen many a knight fail this contest and hang his head in shame. During the race proper, judges throughout the course shall tally your points. For now you may ride unperturbed by those matters.
Pena că dau... Oha. Da, am ratat. Și n-am timp, nu mă pot întoarce. Bro, n-am dat! Să poate una ca asta. Așa. Sunt de nervantă chestia asta. Nu prea o foloseam nici în timpul unei lupte. Ratam. A, și acolo trebuia să dau cu arbaleta. E bine, este totul. Suntem în forță. Aproape. Aproape perfect.
Had enough, or do you wish to ride again?
No, mai gata.
Had enough. Rather not wear my horse down before the real race.
Exact. Nu trebuie să ne obosim căluță înainte de cursa principală. Marksmanship.
Time for some target practice, I think.
Come with me.
Shooting range. Hai să vedem.
Marksmanship contest shall pit you against another for the best time and score. He who hits all his targets first wins.
Hope my aim's as good as that Cupid's who shot you.
Sometimes when you speak, I miss the meaning entirely.
Did you hear that?
Hit the red targets.
Easy. Cred că a fost cea mai ușoară asta.
Once more?
Oh, mai gata.
Done enough shooting.
Now you must go to the inscription tent. Honor and glory are all true and good, but your scrolls must be in order.
Inscription, tent, ender. Ok, trebuie să ne alăturăm. Trebuie să ne înscriem la turneu acum. Hai să facem acest lucru.
Oh!
Greetings. Want to join the lists?
Naturally, we must first see to formalities, however. At Guillaume's request, I have looked into your personal history and its heraldic aspects.
Really? What did you come up with?
My findings show you may take part as Geralt of Rivia,
What a surprise.
or as the Honorable Ravix of Forhorn. It's not every year we have a combatant who can boast of 2 crests. Which do you prefer?
Ba-da-da-dam.
Ravix of Forhorn? How'd you manage to dig that up?
Here in Toussaint, we treat heraldry very seriously. One visit to the ducal archives. That is all I needed to acquire the necessary information. Ravix of Forhorn was the name under which you attended a feast honoring Princess Pavetta, daughter of Queen Calanthe of Sintra, on the occasion of her 15th birthday.
That's actually right. Kinda curious what you could have learned about Geralt of Rivia.
In the year 1267, a certain Geralt, a member of the Witches' Guild, was knighted by Queen Meve and dubbed Geralt of Rivia. This was in honor of his distinguished service at the Battle of the Bridge, said structure spanning the Yaruga, but I wager you know of which battle I speak.
Yeah, those were the days. Kahir and I led a fistful of Nordlings against an entire Nilfgaardian battalion. Won that battle just because we absolutely had to cross the river.
Vreau să mă alătur ca și Geralt. Bineînțeles că asta sunt eu.
Not about to fight under a false name.
Exact, nu putem să luptăm sub un nume fals.
Bearing your crest.
I'm a Witcher. Shields aren't something Witchers ever use in combat.
Shield. Cum ar fi că el să poarte un shield?
Not I. The shield commemorates your participation in the tourney. You may take it as a souvenir.
Oh, ok, ok.
In that case,
Un suvenir ni se va da.
Have you been instructed as to the tourney's challenges, prizes, and vows? If not, I do hope you will allow me to tell you about them.
you say something about vows?
As is our custom, knights make vows to which they hold for the duration of the tourney. Each swears on something which to him represents his most cherished virtue.
Gonna come right out with it. I'm a sucker for prizes.
The winner of each contest shall receive a trophy. Whoever has the best result once all contests have played out shall face last year's champion in a final duel for glory and the title. Should you defeat the reigning champion, the grand prize will be yours. This year, a sword forged especially for this occasion by the one and only Cornelius of Isengard, a famed master weaponsmith. Her illustrious highness had it brought all the way from Nazaire.
Guillaume told me a bit about the contests. Rather make sure I'm clear on them, though.
An admirable thirst for knowledge. There are contests 3.
Exact, sunt cele 3 care ni le-a spus și celălalt.
Horse race, during which you will seek to complete the course within a specified time. Any targets hit with bolts or dummies felt with blade will increase the time you have. Finally, the group melee in the arena, crowned with a duel against last year's champion. As each contest ends, its results will be posted on the board outside my tent. This way all will be apprised of who leads at any given moment.
Convenient. Feels like I know everything I'd ever want to know about chivalric tourneys.
Splendid. In that case, you must make your vow. Upon what
Trebuie să depunem jurământul.
swear it.
I solemnly vow on the heron that in competing I'll respect the chivalric virtues.
May the gods succor you in your endeavors to overcome. Sign here, please, then fill out these forms. That is all I need from you. Now, as
Avem semnătura lui Geralt.
you shall be fitted with appropriate armor for the tourney.
Shiny.
You have also been assigned a tent for the tourney's duration. It stands near the arena. Good luck.
Ia vezi, toate ne așa armura asta bombardieră. Și acum trebuie să mergem la shooting range, dar asta în episodul următor. Dacă v-a plăcut acest episod, nu uitați să like, subscribe și un share și ne auzim data viitoare. Pa, pa!